All right, hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen. I just wanted to make a quick video for you guys so that you could have it on your asynchronous day to look at and reference while you try and work through this assignment. So this is quote integration. It's using good evidence and getting it on the page. So this is what I want you guys to do. I picked these 3 ways to do it because they're easy, they're eloquent, and they're highly academic. They're all here below, so I'm going to go through them one at a time. First one, use a colon. It's the introductory punctuation mark. Basically what you're saying is here, saying with using a colon is, Mrs. Grizzle, look at the quote I found. So this is how you're going to use it. Here's a good example. Santiago comes to this key realization. Da-da-da! Introduction. Life is really generous to those who pursue their personal legend. So this is how you do that. You just stick that colon in there and then directly put the quote onto the page. One thing I want to point out is the chunky brackets around this L. So as a reader of this essay, I can assume that that L was in the middle of a sentence, so it was lowercase. Because it is the beginning of the quote that we're using here, we can assume that it was cut out from the middle, and we want those chunky brackets around it because we want that L to be capitalized. So anytime you're changing something in the text ever so slightly, never change anything big in the text, you put brackets around it to indicate to the reader that's not how it was originally. You never want to do that unless you're trying to change the tense of something so that it matches the tense of your paper, but we'll go over that at a later time. Again, here's how you cite a quote. You guys know how to do this, but just make sure it's in that parenthetical. So that's what that's called. When you've got 2 parentheses and they close out on each other, it's called a parenthetical. I'm going to refer to it in that way, so just get used to that language. Parenthetical. So inside the parenthetical, you've got the name of the author and the page number. No need to put the word page, no need to put a comma in between, and no need to put the number sign. You don't need it. Just put that page number in there, and it can stand alone. All right, and our last 2 methods introduce the quote by calling out the speaker. So you could either say Coelho writes or Santiago thinks, anything with that verb right there, then followed up by the comma, then put that quote in, get your nice little citation at the end there, and there you have it. You are calling out the speaker. You set up the context by calling the speaker out and putting that verb there followed by the comma. Always make sure you've got the comma there at the end, and that is how you use a name drop or call out the speaker to introduce your quote. The last way to do it is to slice and dice up the author's quote to make your sentence much more meaningful. So in this sentence that I wrote, Santiago is one of the only characters in the novel who pursues their personal legend. So I've taken this quote that we have up here, exact same quote, and I have sliced and diced it up to make it my own sentence. One thing that I had to do is put those chunky block quotes to acknowledge the fact that, yes, I did change this sentence to fit the tense of my writing. However, I'm giving the author credit, and I'm making sure everybody knows with those big chunky those blocky brackets, that I have changed this. It's a big warning flag to say, yep, I changed it from its original. Now it fits my setting a little bit better. It fits my tense, and those are like warning signs to say I changed this little thing. Always make sure you only change things like tense or adding little words here and there to make it fit your sentence better. Never ever change big things or change the facts. So make sure you've got that little citation at the in there inside of the parenthetical, and you will be good to go on quoting.